My first hospital admission, I was brought in by police to the emergency room. Um, yeah, I was losing the plot a fair bit, and I had to have 6 security guards to hold me down so they could get a blood test to see if I was on any drugs. It came back that I was clear. They sedated me, and I woke up in a mental health hospital about a day later. I was in that hospital for about just over a month while they were trialing an antipsychotic medication on me. That one at the time, if I can remember, was called olanzapine. It makes you very tired and it makes you want to eat a lot of food, so you put on weight pretty quickly when you're on it. Um, it's more of one of those medications where they use it at the start just to get things under control because it is a very powerful medication. Some of the people that you meet there, they're going through their own mental health crisis. And when you're trying to get better yourself, they will kind of bring you down in a way because they've got also crazy sort of thinking going on. And when you're mixed with your crazy thinking and their crazy thinking, well, it's a bit of a nightmare because you just want to get better, but they're just filling your head full of stuff. And it just makes you a lot worse when you're just trying to get better. But the thing is, there are a lot of people who don't want you to get better. They believe that the doctors are against you. They're not there to help. But at the end of the day, they are. When you're in there, you'll have your 3 meals for the day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You might have a few snacks every now and again. But when you're sitting around all the other people, it does put you on edge because you don't know who's going to flip out. But a lot of the time, when you're all together, people try to keep it as amicable as possible. They do have classes in there to learn more about mindfulness and basically self-awareness to understand your mental illness and what your life has ahead of you, just the positives that can come from it. Yeah, there will be negatives, but at the same time, you will, if you stick to the medication and you stick to the therapy, you will be okay. But a lot of the time, people don't want to put the effort in, and it just ruins all that progress. So, yeah, there are classes in there that you can do to help you with your mental health and just to get a better understanding of what's going on for you. So, yeah, it's like a little break from reality, but at the same time, it's just one of those places where, you've really got to be there for yourself because you've only got you there. A really big thing is catching it early. If you or a loved one start to experience something just a little bit off about your mental health, it's always good to just go to a doctor and figure out what can be going on for you. Because if you catch it early, you're going to save yourself a lot of time in the long run with your life and the people around you. Another big one is don't fight against the doctors. They're only there for your best interest. Yes, they're making a bit of money off you, but at the same time, they don't want you to do anything bad to yourself or to others. Yeah, so they do have their best interest out there for you. With the antipsychotic medication, it does sound a bit daunting, but you do get oral medication, and if it is severe, you can get an injection, which they call a depot. There are first generation medications and second generation medications. With all these medications, there are over 20 different ones, but they basically do the same thing. They thought regulate and they just suppress your dopamine. So they're basically a dopamine suppressant at the end of the day. So to name a few, you've got paliperidone, olanzapine, lorazepam, clozapine, aripiprazole, and yeah, there's over 20, so there's plenty that you can look up.